कोशिश कर पूरी शिद्दत से, कामयाबी खुदा पर छोड़ दे। मंजिल 2 ही कदम दूर है, समझ ले, तू बस अतीत की उंगलियां पकड़ना छोड़ दे। Simple words, yet so powerful. Do your best and leave the rest to the Almighty. Nanu always believed in forgetting about past failures and simply moving ahead with a strong determination. And that is exactly what he wrote in this parchi. Tushar never wanted to become an engineer. He felt he was cut out to do business. It was in his blood. Naturally, therefore, he wanted to study business management. But his father had other plans. He never let Tushar make his own decisions. Believing that only a technical degree would enable his son to earn properly, he pushed Tushar in an engineering degree program. Powerless to refuse his father, for 4 years, Tushar trudged along the course, scoring average grades. His business acumen, however, did not get stifled. While still in college, Tushar got interested in the booming e-commerce sector in India. He floated his own e-company that sold leather accessories for men and women. Tushar would display goods made by local manufacturers and then parcel them from the source site to the customer. This, of course, took up a lot of his time, but he enjoyed doing it thoroughly.
However, one day his father came to know about it, and in a fit of rage, he drove down to Tushar's hostel. There, right in front of his friends, his dad took him by the collar and dragged him home. Mom tried to intervene, but the father had become so unreasonable by then that he wouldn't listen to anyone. How many times I have told you to concentrate only on your studies? Become a good engineer, idiot. That is the key to success, not these cheap business ideas. Tushar felt so devastated for the next few weeks that he didn't return to the hostel. His business venture came to such an immature end. His father had warned that if Tushar indulged in any such deal again, then he will be thrown out of the house. Insulted and jolted by this incident, Tushar found it even more difficult to concentrate on engineering studies. It was with a lot of help from his friends that finally he pulled himself together. After graduation, Tushar applied for an MBA program. He couldn't crack the entrance exam to a good institute. So, for almost a year, he just whiled away his time, doing a few odd jobs here and there. He just didn't want to work in an engineering firm, and much against his father's wishes, decided to begin his e-commerce business once again. The same family drama was repeated. Tushar's young blood had withstood the insult and dictatorial decisions of his father earlier, but not again. As tempers flared high, the confrontation grew uglier, and Tushar was shown the way out.
But young Tushar was made of sterner stuff. He rented a room and immediately took up the franchise of a local manufacturer who bottled mineral water. Tushar went from house to house and from society to society selling his brand of mineral water. Slowly, the number of his customers began to increase. By the end of the first year, Tushar had a long list of daily customers. His business acumen helped him to organize everything so neatly that there was neither any delay in the supply nor any problem with the transportation. Tushar now looked around for more business opportunities. His sharp business mind very aptly calculated that in a hugely populated country like India, selling medicines through the e-commerce platform was going to be very lucrative. He plunged headlong into setting up the website, sourcing medicines directly from pharma companies and supplying them to the customers. The idea was a great hit and he was flooded with orders. Tushar now moved into a small flat and hired an office space too.
His hunger to foray into more areas brought him in contact with Shivam Pandey. A little older than Tushar, Shivam had graduated from a well-known B school and was looking for a partner to start a cafe chain business. He needed someone who could manage the logistics for the same, and Tushar was the ideal partner. The two of them took an instant liking for each other. The idea of the cafe chain interested Tushar also. Soon the blueprint was ready. Whatever profits Tushar had earned from his first two businesses weren't going to be enough for this venture. To become an equal partner, he had to invest the same amount and hence had to borrow heavily from the market. However, 5 years in the streets of Mumbai had made Tushar understand that keeping faith in oneself and taking risks was the only way one could progress and scale up. And once the cafes would begin to generate revenue, then it was certainly going to be big. In the big bad life though, no two characters are cut from the same cloth. Shivam Pandey turned out to be a complete fraud, and he ran away with all the money that Tushar had pooled in. Tushar descended into the darkest pits of gloom. He had never had support from his own family, and now to incur a loss of 60 lakhs. God. Tushar knew that even if he sold off every small article that he owned, he won't be able to get back 60 lakhs. He cried and shouted and kicked at the photographs of Shivam, broke his cell phone in the process. But the situation did not improve one bit. Tushar couldn't help but think of how unfair life had been to him. His father never understood him, forced him to study a program he never wanted to, busted his small e-commerce company, threw him out of the house. And then finally, when he had managed to stand on his own 2 feet, life had to deal him such a cruel blow.
Tushar had nowhere to go. He knew if he went back to his family, they would be more interested in reminding him umpteen number of times that he went against their wishes and failed. In sheer desperation, he became suicidal. He was 30, just 30, and felt that his life had lived its course and must be put to an end. In any case, Tushar did not have the guts to face the creditors who would begin to demand money, more so when they realized that the cafe chain was not going to take off.
After about 6 days, Tushar came out of his flat and went to the seaside. The evening sea breeze cooled him and prompted him to think. What do I gain if I end my life? Perhaps nothing. What do I lose if I end my life? Perhaps everything. A chance to see me work hard day and night. A chance to see me climbing up the steps to success. A chance to become more cautious whom to partner with. An opportunity to prove to myself that I had the courage to stand up in spite of all the odds. And an opportunity to God to correct all the wrongs He had done to me so far. This last thought worked like magic for Tushar. He returned home late in the night and made a neat list of all his creditors. Next morning, he went to meet all of them by turn. They were stunned to see him, as it was taken for granted that after Shivam, Tushar too would be absconding. He struck a new deal with the chefs, the serving staff, the bakers, the vegetable and poultry suppliers, the estate agency, the furniture people, the cutlery suppliers, and thus was born Tushar's on 26 January 2010.
If you have been wondering why I am telling you Tushar's story, then here's the reason why. I met Tushar at a camp, and we are good friends even today. What impresses me most about him is his ability to forget the bad times of the past and instead learn from them and march ahead. It is easy to blame God, blame the family, blame friends, blame the circumstances, and cut a sorry figure. But it is very difficult to forget a difficult past, break from its haunting memories, and start life anew. But Tushar did just that. He never allowed his past failures to trap him. He broke that web and came out successfully and proved that God helps those who help themselves. Nanu's Parchi feels so apt for what Tushar went through and how he did not hold on to the past but simply continued to work hard. कोशिश कर पूरी शिद्दत से, कामयाबी खुदा पर छोड़ दे, मंजिल 2 ही कदम दूर है समझ ले, तू बस अतीत की उंगलियां पकड़ना छोड़ दे.